First of all, thank all of you for coming today. This is an exciting day for Chief Ward. It's a sad day for me and for the city. We are here to announce today that Chief Ward has made a decision that after 29 years of service to the Tampa Police Department that he is going to retire. He has an amazing opportunity in the private sector that I think will secure his future and his family's future for a long time. And while I'm here today with a great deal of sadness for a guy who's done an amazing job for the last 2+ years, I also recognize that this is an opportunity for Chief Holder to take that next step and next chapter in his life. For 29 years, he has served this city amazingly well in virtually every capacity that you could possibly imagine, and he has excelled in every one of those jobs, particularly in the job of the Chief of Police. He came at a time when this department was already the envy of the nation, and he has taken this department to the next level, universally recognized by his peers around the country, but most importantly recognized and appreciated by the people that he served in the neighborhoods that make up this community. This department is a better department because of Chief Ward. I can tell you unequivocally that I will miss him. This department will miss him, but we all recognize, and certainly I recognize, that I'm not going to get in the way of good people having great opportunities. And as I have done with Santiago Carrata and with Jim Schimberg and with Ali Glisson, all of the staff that have served me and served this city so ably, I am their biggest cheerleaders, and I want them to go on and be successful. So it's a sad day for the city, but it's a great day for Chief Ward. I'm going to introduce Chief Ward momentarily, and then I will come back and tell you about the process moving forward as we continue to take this department to the next level and bring the next generation of leadership to a city and to a police department that is already one of the best in the country. So let me introduce you to Chief Ward.
Good morning. After 29 years of service for the Tampa Police Department, I am announcing my retirement to take a position in the private sector. It wasn't an easy decision for me to make. It's something I didn't take very lightly. I've spent 29 years of my life working for this agency, basically all of my adult career. Minutes ago, I now made this decision and I announced it to my senior staff, those that are here behind me. And shortly afterwards, I sent a department-wide email letting all of our employees know my decision. When I took over this position as Chief of Police, I had 3 goals in mind. One was to focus on our violent crime. The second was to focus on our youth. And the third was the training of our police officers. I think I've accomplished those goals. The department's in good shape. We have great leadership at this agency moving forward, and I'm looking forward to the next chapter. Before I bring the mayor back up, first I would take this opportunity to, personally thank the mayor for giving me this opportunity to lead such a fine agency. So, Mayor, I appreciate your confidence in me and allowing me to lead one of the best agencies in the country. Second, I would like to thank my senior staff that's here behind me. The department is in good hands. Moving forward, we have some of the best leaders in law enforcement to lead this agency. Third, I would like to thank all the men and women of the Tampa Police Department for all their hard work and dedication, risking their lives every day to keep this city safe. They're truly some of the best in the country. And last, I would like to thank the community for embracing me as your Chief of Police. 2 years ago when I took over his office, it's always the unknown, but the community embraced me. And together, we were able to do great things for this city. So thank you. Now I would like to bring the mayor back up to give a couple more statements on how and what direction we're going to move in the future. Mayor.
All right, moving forward, we will proceed as follows. I have appointed as the acting chief, the Assistant Chief Brian Dugan, who has served in a chief's capacity since 2014. This is an amazing department, and this staff behind me is an amazing staff. They have served this community well for decades. I am certain that Acting Chief Dugan will continue to carry on what Chief Ward has implemented, and before him, Chief Castor. This is a department who is the envy of the nation. And our job moving forward is to make sure that we continue that tradition and continue that excellence. I am going to do a national search. That is not a reflection on the men and women behind me, but it is a desire to go out there and compete for the best and the best, and to bring to this community, or to promote from within, the very best talent that we have that can now take this department to the next level. There is nothing broken about this department. This is an opportunity for us to add to the complement of amazing officers that we have behind us, an amazing group of leaders, and to build on that. I fully anticipate that some of the men and women behind me will compete for that job. They will compete strongly. They will be given every opportunity to succeed. We are also going to go out and search the country to see who is available, what is available, and what the level of interest is. I think there will be a significant level of interest in this particular job. This department is known as a department that's progressive, that cares about the community it polices, that has a great relationship with the community. And the only thing that we would ask of that next leader of this department is that we continue that success story and continue to move this department down the road as best we can. I have already entered into conversations with an organization called PERF, which is the Police Executive Research Forum. They are the premier organization, the police organization in the country. They do searches like this for cities all across America. They are the known experts in this field. They are the ones that, assuming we come to an agreement, will actually do the search, screen the candidates, interview a lot of the candidates, and when it gets down to a list of finalists, not only will I talk to them, but we will allow them to interact with the community. This is an opportunity for this department to take that next step. The next chief may be from Tampa Police Department, but I feel I have an obligation to the community and to the department to make sure that we go find, or that we promote, the best talent that is out there, irrespective of where they come from or what their background is. I'm going to be looking for diversity. I'm going to be looking for a progressive style of leadership. I'm going to be looking for someone who recognizes that this city is a very, very special place on the cusp of something very different. And whoever we choose for the next chief, I am going to demand of them what I have demanded of Chief Ward and Chief Castor, and that is every day we get up, number one, to treat everybody we come across with dignity and respect, and most importantly, we take care of the men and women that serve here and the community that has hired us to serve. I anticipate this process will probably take 3 to 4 months. Acting Chief Dugan will be in charge until then. There will not be major changes in the interim. My instructions to him have been to continue down this path. We are doing well, and this is a good department, and there is no need to make major changes. So we will be going through this process over the next couple months, and throughout this process we will keep you abreast of what's going on, and certainly when we get down to that list of finalists, we would anticipate that you guys would have your chances as well. So at this point, I will take anybody's questions, or if you have questions for Chief Ward. Steve?
Mayor, when is Chief Ward's last day?
Sometime before the end of the month. I'm not going to get in the way of his larger paycheck, and I really want him to have the opportunity to transition in the form and the fashion that he is deserving of. As you all know, Chief Ward is a relatively shy guy. He's not interested in a long send-off, but I want to make sure that he has the opportunity for his agency and his personnel to be able to interact with him as he turns that next chapter.
When did he inform you of his decision?
He informed me probably a month and a half ago. I was hoping that if I just didn't pay any attention to him, that it would go away and that I wouldn't be here at this podium announcing this. But I also recognize that it's a great opportunity for Eric, and I am not going to get in the way of my folks having opportunities. You will see more of this as my term winds down. I anticipate that over the next 20 months there will be other departures. I fully expect that. I'm proud of the people that work for me, and I want them to do well. So it's, you know, Eric and I have known about this for a while and have been planning this day.
Chief, what's your new job?
I'll be taking over as Director of Security for Coca-Cola Beverage Florida. They're very progressive, aggressive, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity. I think it's a great opportunity for me and my growth, and it wasn't an easy decision, but I think it's the right decision.
As chief, what has been your highlight, and then also what has been your highlight as a police officer? If you have two special moments, one as chief, one prior to
Probably the highlight of my career was the day I got sworn in as a police officer. I've always wanted to be a police officer, and the day I got sworn in and took this job was very exciting for me. Followed behind being, of course, the chief of police. Being the chief of police of an organization like this is something to be admired. It's a great opportunity, and you're in a position to make change, change for the better. So.
Chief, if I can ask you, you've been on the job for 29 years in the department, but only 2 years, a little over 2 years as the chief. Was the top job not all what you thought it might be?
No, well, it's a great opportunity, and you know, anybody coming into that role, you think you're ready, but it takes a great degree of commitment, and when you go into it for the right reasons, it's an easy process. So I found the job very rewarding. Building that relationship, continuing to build that relationship with our community, was very important to me, and I think, like I said earlier, we have one of the best agencies in the country. And I cannot speak any higher of the officers, men and women of this agency, to go out there every day and risk their lives for our community.
Chief, do you feel like race relations have improved in years?
I don't think that we really had an issue here in Tampa. When I took over, it's perception. And just because you see things around the country doesn't really mean that it's affecting us in Tampa. We went through a process when there was perceived issues with what we were doing in our practices. And we addressed those issues. And as a community, we built on that and we moved forward. Like I said, we can't, you know, function as a law enforcement agency without our community. So having that relationship with our community is very important to me.
All right. Ryan, are you up to the task?
Certainly. Of course I am.
What do you look forward to in this interim period?
Well, right now I just really want to you know, help Chief Ward enjoy his last few days here and just really look back over his career and the accomplishments. And I think I just need to respect the mayor's process on how we're going to move forward.